a look at some of our case studies that I've been working through with both children and adults over the years, and how actually I say these individuals are what shaped my work and what I do today. If it wasn't for these individuals, I wouldn't have learned so much, and they've humbled me in such an amazing way. So I had a series where I was invited to work in residential care homes, particularly with the boys. And the boys were kind of in gangs, and they were really creating, quite a lot of frustration within themselves, which then would have a ripple effect where they were living. And there would be a lot of disagreements and arguments and all of these things going on. And there was this one particular young man, and he was probably about 16, 17. So he was about to move on from the residential care home out into the big world. And he was kind of like, I don't know where I'm going, don't know what I'm doing, don't know who I am. And, his level of significance was really, really low. So I'll never forget, I was doing art pieces, and I came in, I was just the local art lady there. And he was watching me, and he's like, oh, I could never draw. I mean, that's just for sissies. We don't do that. I was like, yeah, cool, that's fine. I said, you can talk to me. And I said, oh, do you have a football team? He said, oh, yeah, I have a football team. And I said, oh, okay, well, what is it? I'll draw it for you. And then I was drawing what he liked in his specific football team. And then every week he'd come to me and go, so I've decided I want you to draw this around my football team. And then every week he'd come to me with a project, and I'd draw it for him and be, oh, yeah, I like this. And then he'd walk away and leave me. And every week he would then start spending longer and longer time with me, to eventually he said, okay, I want you to draw this for me, and I want you to color it in. And then he started going, okay, I want you to only be with me, watch me while I draw it, and if I make a mistake, I want you to fix it. And eventually he got to a point going, look what I've drawn, how proud I am of myself. And to this day, this young man gives me a frog in my throat, which of emotional gratitude, just how he took himself from, I cannot do anything and I have no significance, to I'm a human being and I have so much to give to the planet, that in the end, he actually went on to study to become a chef. And he left the residential care home, and I saw him a year later, and he said to me, it's tough out there in that world. When we're being supported as children, we're over supported, and I've realized that wasn't always a help for me. He said, but when we did art together, the one thing I learned was it's my choice, and I have a right to make a difference. So this young gentleman, obviously he's not as young anymore, had made a huge impact in my life, in my learning on the importance of, when you know that person, what they value and what they love, you can get through to them and really help them see that they are special and they have a place on this planet.